Hello again. I have a really cool story today, and I think you will like to hear the story One Cool Friend. This has even won a Caldecott Award, which is a special award given to people who write great books for children. And Caldecott is great illustrations. So make sure you pay attention to the pictures and see what you can learn, maybe a little bit more what's happening in the story. And wonder if any of you have ever been to a place where you could see penguins. Probably, I'm going to guess nobody's been to Antarctica, but maybe you've been to the zoo, or maybe you've been to a museum where maybe you've seen some that aren't moving anymore, but they look like penguins, and you can see where they live and you can read about them. Or maybe you've even been to an aquarium and you can see them swimming and playing and having lots of fun. Aquariums are a cool place to see animals that like the water. And there's another book that I know I read when I was about your age, or maybe our teacher read it to us, but it was called Mr. Popper's Penguins. It was a great, great fun story. And think about what it would be like if, like Mr. Popper, you got your very own penguin. And we'll see what happens in our story about one very cool friend. This is by Tony Buzzio. So, One Cool Friend. Looks like I know who that's going to be. Elliot was a very proper young man. So, on Saturday morning, when his father said, "Family fun day at the aquarium. Shall we go?" Elliot thought, kids, masses of noisy kids. But he only said, "Of course. Thank you for inviting me." At the aquarium, Elliot's father settled on a bench to read his National Geographic. "Have some fun, Elliot," he said. And so Elliot did. He skipped the mobs of kids at the giant saltwater tank, amazing jellies display, and hands-on tide pool exhibit. At the end of the hall, he discovered penguins in their tidy black feather tuxedos with their proper posture. They reminded Elliot of himself. Even Ferdinand Magellan looked like his kind of a guy. So he didn't like looking at the things that all the other kids were looking at, but he does find the penguins very, very interesting. At noontime, Elliot's father asked, "Are you having fun?" "Yes, thank you," said Elliot. "May I please have a penguin?" "Sure," his father said, and handed over a $20 bill. Look at his dad. He's looking at this display. It says, "Today's special plush penguins, $19.99. So these are toys. But do you think that's what Elliot was wanting to get? "Oh, that's very kind," Elliot said, and he headed off. Elliot emptied the school notices from his backpack and selected the smallest penguin. And he popped it inside. Do you see here? He put that penguin in his backpack. His father asked, "Where's your penguin?" "In my backpack," Elliot said. "Thanks for asking." In his room, Elliot dialed the air conditioner down to its coldest setting. "Maybe you'd like to skate?" Elliot asked. "Grok," said Magellan. So Elliot dragged the old wading pool upstairs and then fed the garden hose through the kitchen window and turned on the faucet. "Forgive the inconvenience," he said as he passed his father's office. Look at, he's brought a pool up there. He's going to fill it up. Oh goodness, an ice skating rink. Soon the air conditioner had done its work. Wow, that looks pretty amazing. I see ice hanging from everything in here. Later, Elliot knocked on the door of his father's office. "I have some research to do at the library about Magellan." "Oh, when I was in 3rd grade, I got Captain Cook," his father said. "Well, where did you keep him?" Elliot asked. But his father had already returned to charting the changing boundaries of the Great Barrier Reef. His father is very busy. What is his father studying? Do you see? I see that looks like some turtles. Elliot and Magellan rode to the library. When Elliot set him on the librarian's desk, Magellan sat perfectly still. Mrs. Stanbridge didn't even blink an eye, even when Magellan blinked his. She helped them access www.penguinsonline.com, copy pages from Antarctic antidotes, and borrowed Best Behavior for Birds. On the way home, Elliot stopped for 8 bags of ice and a snack. Luckily, his father's $20 bill was just enough to cover it. "How did the research go?" Elliot's father asked from behind an atlas. "Great! Magellan was perfect," Elliot said. "Just like Captain Cook," his father said. Elliot read the library book aloud while Magellan cooled down. They shared a bag of goldfish, crackers, but Magellan was still hungry. "May I please bake frozen pizzas for supper?" Elliot asked. "Oh, that's nice of you," his father said, "but the only flavor we have is anchovy." "Oh, that's perfect," Elliot said. "Magellan loves them." Anchovy is a kind of salty fish. That evening, Elliot heard his father rummaging for ice cream. Oh, goodness. Luckily, Magellan had politely moved the carton to the front of the freezer shelf. I think his dad is not wearing his glasses, so he missed seeing something else in the freezer. Unfortunately, Magellan forgot his manners overnight. He's eaten all these things in the freezer. When Magellan awoke, he was longing for a swim. Elliot drew him a deep tub of cold water. He left Magellan diving and holding his breath. "I think I'll have a bit of a soak," his father announced. Wait," Elliot said. I left my penguin in there." "Oh, I'll set him on the hamper and do my best not to splash." "Elliot!" Elliot rushed to the door. Do you think his father is surprised? Look. "Young man, where did this penguin come from?" Elliot's father demanded. What's gonna happen? What do you think? "The southern tip of Argentina," Elliot said. "Oh, that's right," his father said. "As for Captain Cook," he added, "he came from the Galapagos Islands." Oh, look at that. It looks as if the father is not bothered at all. He has a turtle, and now his son Elliot has a penguin. What a funny life they must have together. Imagine if there was a penguin in your house. I think that would be kind of crazy. Fun for a while. Pretty crazy. I hope you liked the story, and I will see you soon. Bye.